It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
And gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and to another episode of the Gardener playthrough as we continue being led by the young King Brendan of the Reach. We will continue to achieve glory for House Gardener. After going back to independence and taking ourselves away from the Iron Throne, which is now sat in Winterfell, funnily enough. So, we have our independence and we have the Gardener crown once again. But what we don't have is any expansion in lands. We are also trying to obtain a Valyrian Steel Sword for House Gardener, which would be a lovely addition to the house. Let's have a quick check, see what prisoners we've got currently. We have Lady Elana of Hayford, a Stormlander lady. And we also have Beony, who is the lady of King's Landing, married to Robin Dark Robin, who was the Lord Protector of the Iron Throne. We also have an absolute shed load of cash right now, so we're going to be putting that to good use. We're already upgrading the castle town, and we will be doing further upgrades in Highgarden as soon as possible. If you are enjoying the series, ladies and gentlemen, then please do consider leaving a like, subscribing. Hitting that red button to subscribe will be of great support and help the channel tremendously. So it would be really greatly appreciated if you could subscribe, and hopefully I can earn your subscription today. So we have got peace for us at the moment. Have we got any alliances? It's been a while since I've played as young Brandon. We have a non-aggression pact with the Stormlands. Let's see if we can fulfill that into an alliance. Not at the moment. There's political concerns where he won't do it, which is a little bit surprising and also a little bit annoying. We've got a young Joffrey, and we are going to marry the Lady of the Vale. So the Lady of the Vale might give us an alliance over there, although she is part of the Paramountcy. What's going on in Winterfell? You guys are trying to reclaim your ancestral heirloom from Storm King Morden. Well, what has he got that you want? Let's have a look. Surely not the Storm Crown. Are you going to war just over the Storm Crown? Maybe. Sir Ellard wishes to join us. Now let's have a look at our commanders and see, should we employ Sir Ellard? I don't think we should. We have some decent commanders, and I'm sure we can get some equally decent from the rest of the realms. So no, thank you. We're good. Elston, you want to pay for the release of your wife, which we will happily accept. Sir Victor Rain wishes to kill the Septon. Let's leave that out, shall we? We could have a tournament in Highgarden, but our prestige is actually fairly good for being someone of such low age. Oof. Okay, we might need to... Okay, none of my High Lords are actually particularly good, are they? Lord Humferbull has requested that Septon Theomore should be sworn to him rather than me directly. Where is he based? Sept of Highgarden. I'm going to say no, because he does have the Sept of Highgarden. Plus, I already gave you the beacon that is Old Town, so I rose your house up high. Good. Our troops have landed, and the Valyrian Steel Sword quest has now just triggered. So, Your Grace, there is an old man in the courtyard claiming he has to speak with you. He claims he's something you'd pay a great sum of money for. The old man seems to be a lunatic, but, well, he claimed he had a map, an old map of Valyria, where great treasures are hidden. Well, let's hear what he has to say. The beginning of a story. Before you stands an old haggard man in his 50s, maybe 60s. He doesn't look Westerosi, but nor does he look like a beggar. Intrigued, you asked him about the map. The old man gives you a smile the mother would be afraid of. Your Grace, it has come to my attention that you are looking for a way to acquire a Valyrian steel weapon. As it happens, I have a map in my possession that may help you with your ambition. But before we continue, May I ask for an alcoholic refreshment? Your Septon, obviously annoyed, quickly asks, why do you need alcohol? The man looks a bit down at his feet, waits a few seconds and refocuses back on you. Well, my lords, because no great story ever started with someone eating a salad. You had my curiosity, but now you have my full attention. The old man tells you he is certain about the location of the Valyrian steel you seek. He points to it on a map and appears convinced. No doubt the journey there will be long, arduous and very dangerous, but purchasing this map and following it could yield great reward. We're going to purchase it. We're also going to make sure we have Fashbinder, the traditional person I always pick for this quest because he's awesome, a great warrior. What's our fighting skill? It's 60, so it's not too bad. Plus we have some good diplomacy traits, so that might help improve relations with him. Here is young Sir Fashbinder with a skill of 100, and we'll make him a bodyguard. We'll also make him... Oh yes, we could make him a Knight of the Order of the Green Hand, why not? Proud to be a true knight. Congrats, Fashbinder. And I'm going to make you my King's Justice. And I'm going to send you a gift because I want you to absolutely love me before we go on this. And we will be sending our flagship, the King Garth the 7th, prepared and provisioned. It's going to cost me less than a cargo ship. So it seems worthwhile doing. The ship is docked and fully loaded and crew ready to depart on your quest. Fashbinder is alongside you on the bridge as you give the command to cast off. And off we go. Do we actually have a regent? We do! Lord Ormond of the Northmarch is our regent. Well, splendid. Ellen needs some education though, whilst we are off on our quest. So let's see. Golden Grove, let's give you to her. I do need a new Master of Whisperers. Leomela, why not? Get you in Highgarden, thank you. After many weeks sailing the seas, you're growing bored. Perhaps something can be done with Fashbinder to pass the time. Let's have a duel with him. You and Sir Fashbinder slowly circle each other, tense and focused. You scan him for any sign of weakness, any opening in his defence that you could possibly exploit. Let's try with speed. Nope. You slip up and leave an opening in your defence. He's going to win this, isn't he? Yeah. Well, he is going to consider our yields. And we gain 1 learning, but he loses a bit of faith with us. Sadly, though, his skill is that much better than us. It was to be expected. Commanders, how are we doing? Let's see. Can we bring in someone better? Whoa! 25, you're a rare find indeed. And very young for such a great commander. The lookout atop the ship's mast has spotted another vessel on the horizon. As it comes closer, you realise that it must be pirates. So, we can attempt to fight them using our large warship. 76% chance here we succeed, 23% either me or Fashbinder get wounded, and 0.9% we get maimed. Attempt to board them and slay the crew. Let's use the ship. We board it, we might as well. Your ship fired its cannons at the pirate ship fired its cannons at you, and you fired your cannons at the pirate ship, and it fired its cannons back. This went on for a while, but then the pirate ship was sunk. Hug your ship's mainsail and proceed. Amazing. Welcome, young Sir Tyler Turnberry. You are most welcome indeed. Lord Humphrey, we can arrest, but I don't want to arrest him. He's been newly appointed to a position of higher station, so he should be fine. Let's see. Cupbearers, who is low? Brightwater's very low. You're fairly low as well. Your Grace, news from Stilfen of a great trial. Well, we're not going to be getting involved with that because we are on a quest. How is my son doing? Not doing too badly. Getting decent diplomacy. We could marry you to the Stark girl, which I wouldn't be opposed to. That might be quite good. It gives us a non-aggression pact with them. Storm of water. Storms are common this time of year, so it wasn't entirely unexpected to be caught amidst one. But this was different. It arose suddenly and took your ship with a vengeance. The vessel groaned in protest as it was violently rocked back and forth by the waves. No, King Garth VII is destroyed and removed. Well, we'll have to build another one. Oh, shipwreck. Damn. Your Grace, whilst investigating the rumour of a plot in Highgarden, I was attacked by armed thugs. I'm very sorry for that, Golden Grove. Good, he has accepted the non-aggression pact, so that's going to give us a bit of peace in Brandon's rule for the moment, which is excellent. How are we doing financially? Ooh, only 4. That's not good at all, but then we are in a regency, so that might be why. An unfamiliar place. You throw up from what seems to be near half the ocean as you stagger onto the shore. The storm caught you completely off guard, with your last memories before going overboard being that of your crew desperately hurrying from side to side, trying to get the vessel back on track. You cough again, ridding the last of the water from your lungs, and look around. With the storm still raging on, as heavily as ever, you can hardly see beyond arm's length. However, you can make out one thing rather clearly: a castle, perched on a cliff top overlooking the sea. Let's go up there. On your way up, you hear a familiar voice. Your Grace, Your Grace. Looking around, you see Fashbinder rushing towards you. We're lucky to be alive, King Brandon. I have not found any of the others. They're most likely dead or still lost at sea. You nod, and the two of you continue your way up to the castle. It is unfamiliar to you, and there is something about it that unsettles you to the core. As you approach, a hatch swings open on the gate, revealing an old man's face. Who are you, and what do you want? Fashbinder says, this is Brendan of House Gardner, so we'll get a bit more relation with him, which is no bad thing. The old man says, my lord has never been one to turn down a guest. Please come inside. You meet with the lord, and he seems like a nice fellow, if perhaps a little odd at times. You talk of your quest to bring glory to your family, and he shares a tale that there might be one in the region. The food they serve is good, and they have a large selection of drinks. Oh god, we're gonna get poisoned. Bring me the finest Dornish wine you have. The lord comes over, pouring his drink for you himself. You think you see a flickering movement across your glass, but you think nothing of it. The lord calls for a toast, but as soon as you drink, you feel a sharp, bitter taste. What you would expect. I think it's meant to be not what you would expect. Mists cloud your vision, and the world starts to spin at your side. You see Fashbinder collapsing the same way. As you fade away into darkness, you hear the lord talking to the old man. Fools, much like the others. Take them down to the dungeon. You regain consciousness and find that you and Fashbinder are locked in a prison cell. You glance at each other and start to come up with a plan. So 50% here that we succeed with the plan, or 50% here that we fail and get wounded and lose relations with Fashbinder. The plan worked, fortunately, although Fashbinder is wounded, unfortunately. As am I. That's not so good. We find an abandoned passageway in the dungeons, filled with spiderwebs and obviously untouched for hundreds of years. You follow this passage for hours until you reach a dark, square-shaped corridor. The riddle. A mural on the corridor depicts. Near a tree by a river, there's a hole in the ground. 1 crow and 4 proud eagles fly round and round. A lone direwolf appears in the veil of the night, while all eagles were killed by a dog in a terrible fight. Below each section of the mural, the following text appears. I got time to kill. Sly looks in corridors. Without a plan of yours, a blackbird sings on bluebird This seems important. I'll look at it closely before proceeding. So, 1 crow. All eagles were killed. So there's 1 crow still, there's 1 direwolf, and there is 1 dog. So crow, direwolf, dog is what I'm thinking we need to pick. So that's eagle. So we need... Wait, pillar 1 should be crow. Pillar 2 should be direwolf. And pillar 3 should be dog. Activate. The lever resets and you hear a faint clicking of cogs that get louder and louder. The room shakes and blood begins to trickle from your eyes, nose and ears. Oh. Oh, I did get it. There is an elaborate looking vault with a giant chest in the middle surrounded by piles of gold. You move towards it as you see as you can see a blade made of Valyrian steel. Fashbinder grabs you by the arm and says, "Wait, I need to talk to you." We'll listen to him. While on the boat together, I remember our duel on the boat. I beat you in that duel. Are you really worthy to claim this sword? And he dislikes us because of that. When pirates attacked, I remember that you cleverly used a large ship to destroy the pirates, and he thinks fondly because of this. When we arrived on the island, I remember that you got me wounded while trying to escape, well, accidentally. But he falls to his knees, and he swears an oath of fealty, vowing to serve you and your house from this day until the end of his last day. Rise, my friend. And you walk over to the treasure chest and take out the sword. Your journey has been a success. Adds Valyrian Steel Sword to the treasury of King Brandon of the Reach. Hooray! Well, we're going to reforge it, but let's call it... I think we'll call it the Red Rose. Or Red Rose, I guess. Red Rose, that's a very Gardner-esque name, in my opinion. Amazing. The quest is complete. Now we need some more kids. Or we could expand by conquest. That would be quite nice. So at the moment my sibling is the heir. Or heir apparent. So let's have a quick look in our treasury at our Valyrian Steel Sword. Red Rose. We did lose our flagship unfortunately, but we will rebuild one. Not to worry. After a long journey with many adventures along the way, you have finally arrived home in Highgarden. Hooray! Would you like to get married, Fashbinder, to Lyanna, maybe? And that ends the regency for us, which is excellent. Now, what can we do? We can... are we allowed to reforge this? Not at the moment. Well, let's get going with a flagship, because that was a sad loss to us, so we want an enormous flagship, of course. Why are people annoyed that I have levies raised? Because I don't have any levies raised. You would like a matrilineal marriage to Loch Chen. Sure. Doesn't bother me. Jamela Redding, you can end your plot, please. How are we doing in troop levy count? 46k, beautiful. So we can call a Grand Invasion Council once our Liege Loyalist faction is at 100%. And it's growing, so that's probably going to come fairly shortly. I wonder where we want to expand. Probably Dawn, to be quite honest. I think Dawn is the best bet for us, because they're going to be the weakest enemy. How many troops has he got currently? Yeah, he's only got 7k. And our wound has gone. We are scarred over our nose or schnozzle, but we'll be fine. No option as of yet to reforge the Valyrian steel, but I'm hopeful that that will come eventually. Right, you guys... Rhonda, what's going on with you? Not much. Garth. Oh, there's an awful lot of people in prison, isn't there? Right, you guys in Highgarden have just completed Castle Town. You need guard stations before you can upgrade this, but that's quite the investment. I'm not sure I want to invest all of my gold just yet, because Highgarden is doing fairly well. It's a level 13 fort. It's not going to get sieged anytime soon. What's going on with you guys? I can claim Greenfield from you, which wouldn't be bad actually. He's got 18k troops right now. Can I declare war on Dawn? I can claim Dawn for my sister, but there may be potential that I can get more of Dawn myself. I think we go for this. Does he have any alliances? He does not. Well, let's get Greenfield from my vassal then. The only thing is, people are still slightly annoyed about the troop count, so maybe we rest. Let's have a feast, enjoy some merriment, get the vassals all happy, and preferably get the faction... Oh, the faction is actually up, so we can hold a Grand Invasion Council, but we'll do that after everyone's had the better diplomacy and likes us a little bit more. That bonus is never going to work unfavourably for us. Oh my god, lots of people dying, apparently. We have an awful lot of light cav, which I'm very pleased about, and an awful lot of heavy infantry. The guests have finally arrived in Highgarden. Excellent. No one has actually said no. And my friend Brian Corbury arrived. I hope Fashbinder comes as well. We actually have 2 friends, but we have 3 rivals. You want Melara arrested, sure. She's now been arrested. The more red wine Lord Garth drinks, the more and louder he talked and laughed until he let out a loud snoring and fell asleep. Some of my guests did not seem satisfied with the... Oh, for goodness sake. We just spent a bloody fortune on this food. What are you talking about, man? Well done, Victor. You've done well. Good, let her rot. And the diplomacy has gone well. So everyone's going to be happy. We can now call a Grand Invasion Council, which will be a grand affair. We're going to spend lavishly. Again, it's going to be another feast, but the point being we just had the bonus to diplomacy and vassal opinion, so I'm sure people will be well up for an expansion by Conquest. Yep, let's perform at the feast. This is going to cost us a lot of our fortune that we amassed in the previous wars, but it's worth it. How are you guys... Ooh. Okay, he was killed in personal combat by the Lord of Duskendale. Did you guys lose your war? Christ. Brandon Stark looking quite powerful. Don't like that. Good work, Master at Arms. Sir Tyler. So Tyler Kidwell, he's a bit of a nobody. Have him arrested. Okay, he's run away. Fair enough. He's also excommunicated, so he's not going to be gaining much support. The feasting is over and now the council can begin in earnest. Everyone has assembled in the hall with the more notable attendees closest to yourself. Lord Loris's time came to address the council, and he wasted no time pointing out the potential gain to be had, and a few people were persuaded in favour A vassal of note, when Lord Alcamine came to speak, he spoke in favour as well, and lots of people were persuaded. But Lord Wallace persuaded a lot of people in opposition, unfortunately. Lord Alkene the Old, his rambling speech in favour did not raise any cheering or much agreement. Oh god, lots of people in opposition. Lord Luther, Rickard misjudged. Oh no. Come on guys, go in favour. There have been hours of debate amongst your subjects, and much of it heated, but now you raise your hand to silence them all. The time has come to give the final words of the council and issue your final decision. Your speech is calm and measured, and you give many sound arguments as to why this invasion is justified. The promises of glory and more land appeal to some, and by the end many of your subjects seem to be in agreement. Some still seem sceptical, however. So the support is fairly even. The against, there's a bit more support, but there's also quite a few neutral, interestingly enough. But it doesn't really matter because we're king, so... whilst preparing for the tourney, a young peasant boy has taken to helping you with your horse and armour. Sure, you can become my squire. King Brandon Stark of the Iron Throne has long held me in low esteem, mainly for supposed slights made against the honour of his house. Now the fool has kidnapped one of my kin. What? He's kidnapped my sister. What? Stark, are you mad? An envoy has returned from Winterfell, only without their head. Brandon Stark had my kinsman executed, flagrantly ignoring my demand for my other kin's release, and in doing so has earned the ire of all of House Gardner. What a dumb move. We have 50k troops, man. What are you doing? Am I missing something here? 17k from there, and you're going to get 6k from there. You're nowhere near going to beat us. What are you doing? You crazy man. You have Aegon's crown. I want that. Well, this outrage won't go unanswered, so we're now going to enter a blood feud with him. And he is offering to ransom her for us, which I'll accept, but I'm still going to go to bloody war with you. Ending this. I can't even end it. Oh. Well, I can end it, but it's going to cost me an awful lot. I don't want to do that. That's pretty bad on the diplomacy front. Well, that was an unexpected turn, really, wasn't it? Who have I got prisoner right? Well, let's try and ransom them anyway. Oh, yes, I can reforge the steel. What quality is it? It's still quality 4. I mean, I kind of like it. Although it's just normal Valyrian steel. I guess we can forge it into something even better. Possibly. Okay, well, we'll do that. We'll do that. There is the possibility, though, that it will get nicked, so... I do need a good Master of Whisperers to help with that. Lord Humphrey Bulwer has informed you that the new flagship for the Reachman fleet is complete. The Dromond has over 700 oars and is blazoned with the arms of House Gardner. Thank you very much, Lord Humphrey. Good job. And we're going to name it after ourselves, because we have brought an awful lot of glory to the house. So it's going to be King Brendan after King Gas no longer survives. Empharia, you have a skill of 19. Come on in. So our treasury actually is looking very good indeed. We have the glass candle, we have the garden crown, the Valyrian Steel Sword, which we're going to reforge and see if we can do something a bit better with it. Goodbye to you, hello to you. And let's set about doing that now. So, Zario or Braxton. Now, Braxton likes me and he's quick and he's a little bit better, so let's go for Braxton. What sword do we want to pick? Glory. Black Death. Let's show me more. Something bright. Something Gardener-esque. Kingmaker I like. Jade. That would be cool. Stranger's Touch. Morning Mace. Titan's Bite. Finger Eater. Dragonbane. I think we're going to go for Kingmaker. Why not? Or Jade. Kingmaker. And let's hope he doesn't nick the sword, because if he does, we're going to hunt him down. You have been in the employ of Lord Edwin. I'm afraid I don't need you, but thanks. You guys are still lowering your troop count. Can I invade anywhere in the Stormlands right now? We can actually invade the Stormlands by right of conquest. So we could take over the Stormlands, or we could take over Dawn. More inclined to take over Dawn, to be quite honest, because then the southern border is secured. The only issue being Night Song. Although I guess Storm's End is more powerful. It's a more oh god, and he's so weak right now. He's so weak. Okay, well Storm's End needs to be it really, doesn't it? Let me know in the comments, where do you think we should expand by conquest? Stormlands, Dawn, even the Rock might be a target you think viable. So let me know, and we will enact it in the next episode. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to end the episode there. Hopefully you have enjoyed this episode of House Gardener. If you have, then please do like the video. Hopefully I can earn your subscription today, and you will hit that red button to subscribe. In the meantime, check out the next episode for today, and I'll see you all in the next episode of House Gardener.